We keeps it real, expressing how we feel. Whoa. So come on in and sip some tea. Join the Kodak family. We're about relationships and review, making it fun just for you. Go with God, let God go with you. It's time for Courtney and Eddie.
Now let's put God first.
And we're back. Well, I'm back. So, you guys, welcome back to another review or another discussion or another talk, chat. The streets is talking, honey. And I bet y'all been wondering why we have not been talking about Sean P. Diddy, P-E-E-E-E-E-P-E-E Combs. But it's not, haven't been discussing it off camera. It's just so much has been coming out, and now we got to chop it up and talk about it. But I wanted to talk about this specifically. So if you're brand new to our channel, you hadn't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. We talk about relationships, entertainment, reviews, all the things. So yes, my name is Courtney. My husband is not here, but he will be on the next video. And we're just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it because I thought this was something that certain people may have bypassed and missed. And you can get this tea at coedwear.com. So yes, built from breakdowns, and I now build empires. Can't see the bottom, but yeah. But so let's get into it. So I saw this yesterday on TMZ, and I don't think a lot of people have been discussing it. In fact, TMZ have put the full video out on their YouTube channel. You can go watch it for yourself. But I was just like, this the part that I caught. And like I said, I don't think a lot of people are talking about it. So I started taking some notes on this. So TMZ was talking to the children's caretaker. So, you got the girls that went to child, I don't even know why, but they went to court, I think on the first or second day, to watch their dad go through all of this. The kids see it. But they're not in there anymore. The girls didn't come like one of those days, and I think the kids, from what I heard, are no longer in the courtroom anyway, and they shouldn't. They shouldn't at all. Maybe support, but you ain't got to hear all that stuff. So TMZ wanted to know how the girls doing because they were going to their prom, which is one of the reasons why they didn't come back. They were, getting ready for their prom. They look beautiful. Those are some gorgeous, gorgeous girls, just like their mom. And so they wanted to talk to her, see how the family is doing, how everything is going, how the kids coping with it. And she basically, her name is LaWanda Lane, and her name is Lala. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that there was a choreographer that used to be, I think, around Sean and in the industry, a very popular choreographer, and it looked like that lady. Now she says she's been knowing them for 30 years, so it possibly could be her, and she looks good. So she also said that she was the best friend of Kim Porter. So they wanted to get a little bit more insight how the kids were doing. She said, it's a community for them. They rally around, they hold on to their faith. The kids are strong, the girls are strong. So they are doing, pretty good in spite of. But they try to keep them into a place of positivity, positive vibes, and all that stuff. They asked about, as far as schooling, are the kids being taunted? All of this big case going on. She was like, well, the kids go to a school where like they have celebrity parents as well, and so probably some of their parents have been in the media. So she was like, that's not really a big deal, So I guess maybe kids aren't discussing it or talking about it and stuff like that. She also said that, they had been in therapy, they've been talking about this. So they was asking like, okay, so is this like, how are the girls doing currently that this is going on? She said they have actually been preparing for this for a while. So this has been conversations. It's been something that, they have been preparing for or looking for. So I guess they kind of prepped them probably for months and years on, hey, this could possibly happen to your father. Let's prepare ourselves emotionally for this. Now, I would say that I don't know, what those girls have been through, what they've seen. I feel that the sons have seen a whole lot more than probably the girls. I'm not sure what they've experienced. I'm not sure if they've been part of an abuse of some sort, like whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically. I don't know. We don't know the psyche. Hopefully, they have been protected and shielded, even though Sean could care less about somebody else's daughter. Hopefully, the community have structured them and care more about them than he did about other people's daughters. I want to say that. So we got on they started talking about, what do you think about Albie Shore saying that Kim Porter was actually life was taken, especially by the hands of Sean. And she got really upset. So she was like, I'm really and truly tired of this narrative painted that Kim was, like her life was taken by the hands of Sean. She didn't use those words, but she did say that. She said it's very misleading. And I just want to make the record clear that Kim was sick. She actually was sick for months, but they kept it from the public. She said her children knew she was sick for months. She said that her daughter actually was taking care of Kim in her home and lived there with her and took care of her every day. So everybody knew that Kim was sick for months before, and now this narrative is being painted because they was talking about, what do you feel about Albie Shore coming out saying yada yada yada. And she got mad. She actually truly got mad. She was like, it's a disappointment and it's a disgrace to the family and those that took care of Kim, that was there for Kim. You talking about Albie Shore that talked to Kim probably, I think she said a few months before her passing, for 1 hour, for 1 hour. And so she was just like, she just tired of it. What benefit does Sean have to do this to the mother of his children? I said, that's what I see it, child, because he the one got to take care of him and be there for him. Now, so she was like, it's just no benefit and it makes no sense. And Kim was not writing the book. This is according to her words, honey. She said Kim was not writing the book. So I just want all of that to please stop. She said she wasn't even writing the book because of the mental state. She said she wasn't even in the right mental state. Now I don't know what that means. But so she said, if everybody could just stop it, because you everybody in the public, and I know, child, I done thought it. You probably done thought it. Everybody done thought it because it's been talked about that, Sean did something to Kim Porter because she was allegedly writing a book, child. And you know that the book so supposedly came out, and honey, I bought that little piece or whatever, because it supposed to be her notes and her words, all that stuff, whatever. So like I said, she's been around the family for 30 years. She was one of Kim's best friends. And, I guess she would know. And just how I didn't feel it was scripted because I didn't feel that she knew what the questions or the answers, what they was going to ask her, and they was like, well, you kind of passionate about it. She said, yes, because I'm tired of it being talked about. So now what do y'all think? Do y'all think that Sean had something to do with it? And I would think, like, what's the benefits of it? Because these girls grew up without their mom and they look so much like, oh my gosh, that beautiful chocolate skin. They look so much like their mom. And if you look at some of the pictures, and I don't know what these pictures was leading up, but Kim does look a little sick or a little frail. And this could have been because of what Sean was doing, because not only did they say he hit Cassie, but he also laid hands on Kim as well. So, I want to hear from y'all. So do y'all believe it? Do y'all believe her? She's been around the family. She seems very convincing. You can go over there to TMZ and, kind of midways in the video and you can watch for yourself. Because she was just like, please stop, just stop. And I do like y'all, I sometimes think I don't believe everything I hear. And I know some stuff can sound very convincing, but I don't believe everything I hear. But then I also don't not believe everything I hear, if that makes sense. Because I know people can spin whole narratives that's far from the truth. And then sometimes stuff can get out that sound like far from the truth, but it is the truth. So I really and truly don't know. I was convinced, but after kind of hearing her, I don't know. I really and truly don't know. And it doesn't mean that he didn't do something, even though she was sick for months. It doesn't mean that that something wasn't done by him. But it also just kind of like debunks what other people are saying, is that, they kept everything private. The family knew, the kids knew that she was sick. So I don't know. And then Albie Sure said, "Child, honey, you tried to hurt me, Sean, and you tried to hurt my baby mama. So y'all let me know what y'all think. That's what I wanted to talk about. Drop down in the comments, give me your thoughts and opinion, and we will be back for another video, kind of breaking down all of this stuff that's been going on in court because I have been watching every day. I've been watching every day. So I got a lot to talk about. So I will see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to go with God and let God go with you. And always put God first. Deuces.